picks up.
Do you call Mishri?
Sure, yeah.
Where are we in the time frame right now?
The fight between Tiberius and Alderon. You are like this because they have got furniture or something. You don't know what they've got, but they are doing the ram against the door.
Okay.
Do
Do I have the ability to just answer and just project my camera backwards?
Sure.
Okay.
You get the answer, and you're familiar with it. The throne room. This is where you had the fight. You fought them all.
Yeah.
With Lorcris,
Yeah.
the dagger. You see Alderon and Tiberius locked in combat. Tiberius seemingly wielding Quivendir and Lorcris two-handed, and Alderon answering with Mantle Blade.
I can see that you're busy.
I'm glad you're alive!
I'm alive. Hey, Tiberius! Hey, Tiberius!
Oh my god. Tiberius, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Does he?
It's not really on
at all?
It's not on speakerphone, so
He
you.
can't hear you!
Put me on speaker.
No!
Do it!
No!
Mishri, do it right now!
You're gonna distract us, Sarah!
I'm gonna distract Tiberius! Put me on speakerphone!
That's what she needs.
Alright, I have to roll for impulse control. She's gonna say, I'll call you back! And hang up. I rolled a 7 for resolution.
Okay. At that instant, your attention wasn't on it, so you don't exactly catch the whole motion.
Yeah.
But Alderon does something happens.
He does a thing.
Where he somehow goes underneath Tiberius's swing, comes around behind him, arm behind, and other arm behind, and locks Tiberius with his arms back and up, his back arched up.
Okay.
And doing that, he says, I have you. Now, Mishri.
Alright, she's gonna turn around and just throw her hand up.
Okay. And you activate.
Yep.
You feel your mantle reach out to the anchor stone beneath you. You feel the rise of power. You already begin to shine. For your whole body becomes fully illumined.
Yep.
And a shining light, shining in all directions. At the same time, you hear what would be considered very improper language coming from not Tiberius and not Alderon.
I'm gonna bring up my other hand. Like, join the force.
Doubling down.
Double down.
As you remember what is now 2 years ago, when the very first time you came face to face with Legion and you did this.
Yeah.
It's a draw of power that the shining goes in all directions, but then begins to focus down, and you lean into it. You realize it's a long process, a lot longer than it's like you wish it was just a.
I wish it was.
It's
There's
the
a countdown.
thin power growing up, and you engage now. And the power blazes bright and bears down, and Tiberius screams. And Alderon holds him. And you see at that point the Legion start to leave. But trying to reach out of Tiberius is reaching into blue-white fire that
He is surrounded.
It bursts. The shadow bursts into glowing flame, and it withdraws back inside, sheltering inside the body of Tiberius. And your power draws down, and Tiberius begins to burn. You see that not only the clothing smoking and burning away, but you see the flesh of his skin boiling and burning back away from his skull. And the shadow within cowers. And I have to pause.
Okay.
Because simultaneously, far to the north, going from Anchorstone to Anchorstone to Anchorstone, Shirin gets to that point where she crosses over to stop the last Anchorstone, and her last virtue dies.
Oh.
Faster than she expected. And she falls and hits the ground. It's a stunning blow as you hit on your shoulder and roll. And you feel, this is not just the dragon's virtue, the virtue of the dragons, you feel your own personal virtue. Not the pool. The pool's gone in an instant. But the very virtue that binds your life's song together, being pulled out of your body. But you are at that moment.
Call Mehru.
You call Mehru. Mehru, in that it's the Anchorstone to Anchorstone call that you have felt before. And you immediately know it's Shirin.
Yeah.
You also can feel the twin of your mantle burning. It's dying. It's not even a burn. It's a withering away as it ceases, as its very substance is drawn away. You can feel Shirin's life song going out.
Reset.
You punch the reset.
I hope it's not too soon for everybody else, but it's time.
The sun sets. The last. The transmission around the world is only at the speed of light. And the anchor stones shut off, all of them. It is a wave that goes from pole outward, but the response time is measured in a heartbeat. And as Tiberius is screaming, and the shadow itself begins to ignite, the entire room, indeed the entire city, indeed the entire world, plunges into darkness.
She's gonna fall forward from the effort.
And you feel Alderon burning power to hold Tiberius, to still hold him as he calls out, Mishri! Mishri!
What do you need?
And then he simply pulls his arms down and hunches his back, and it pulls Alderon right over him and throws him down to the ground. And in the next instant, the darkness that you went out with, that you are in, is because all the lights in the room, all the lights in the city of Tamarin, went out at the same time. In the next beat, a different darkness fills the room. And Alderon cries out, Mishri, run.
Okay.
You need, what direction?
Well, I'm right next to the door, so I have to turn around and unlatch the door and go through the door. And all the guards.
Push them down.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. You just turn to the door and you start to raise, and it slams down of its own.
Okay.
The next moment, you feel Alderon's song go out.
God be with you.
And a chorus of voices says, we've been waiting for this for a long time.
Apparently so is God.
Far northward, Shirin, as the mantle is dying, collapses to the ground. And the anchor stone goes out. And she lays there, no virtue. Personal virtue has been burned to zero. There is the mantle, such as it is something that's just sparking and shivering there. But with a deep, pained breath, she inhales. It is night, but she's alive. The speed with which, when you said now, that it had been sitting there for, that thing on your mantle had been there for 2 years, and you did not know what would be the result.
Did it come with me to Laura's mantle?
And that's when you realize this is still your mantle. But there's a portion of it, the address, that was rewritten. The weapons, the tools of the weapons locker were bound fundamentally to your person. They simply used your mantle as a convenient mantelpiece to sit on. But even if your mantle was rent from you, that could not be taken from you, because the mantles were created after these weapons were ever invented. Nevertheless, you took hold of it by virtue sight. You activated it by talent, and it burned away and was gone from your hand. And the next instant, all virtue went out in the world. Ships in the middle of the inner sea and on the deeps find that their engines immediately cease to function. The few trains that were still running in the realm grind to a halt. The lights across the realm go out.
But the anchor stones all over the world were flipping, right?
The anchor stones, starting in the Dragon Kingdoms, it was an expanding circle.
The world was dying.
The world was dying. At the instant that Shirin was dying, Mathew was aboard a starlifter that had just crashed to the ground. Because all of its virtue, it wasn't just, the virtue went out.
It was being sucked out of it.
It was being sucked out of it so that all of the vacuum cells were collapsing. And hence the ship crashed into the ground. In the instance following, all the bayones, all of the capacitors that the soldiers had on board were drained away. He felt his own virtue just pouring out of him. And when that when that was gone, it started pulling apart his life song, along with every other man on the ship. And the sun set, and everything went out. And he and Timaeus, side by side, are sitting there wondering what just happened. Well, the airship grounded hard.
Yeah.
Their airship was not in an inverted anchor stone. Was not in a
Yeah,
cursed
but
zone.
when the anchor stone turned off, what happened?
When it turned off,
They were already
the drive system died. But they were actually at that moment, they were crossing over out of, the Eagle had been flying, it basically got its claws into the mesh at the top of the ship and had been flying to the best of its ability,
There's
pulling
an
the
eagle
ship.
pulling the ship?
Well,
Yeah.
it was with Shay's help.
Eagle, yeah.
Oh, Shane's back.
Yeah,
I
it's Shane's
missed
ship.
a lot.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That was several episodes.
Yeah.
They first made his Persephone,
Aw,
Tiberius' daughter.
cute.
The Eagle had just pulled them out of the shut down circle anchor stone of Wand into the anchor stone north of them, and the drive system was just coming up online, and everything shut down.
But I had told them to be on the ground, or that at least everything was going to go out. They knew it
Yes.
was going to go out.
They knew it was going to go out, but it was kind of more important to get away from.
Sure, yeah.
But we don't actually need virtue to stay in the air.
Nice, okay.
It's just that our engine is out, but we have.
So you can have a soft landing.
Yeah.
Not a hard one. Okay.
The Eagle cannot fly the ship for.
No.
Not forever.
If Shay manually disengages the dynamic vacuum cells, he can't re-engage them. They need virtue to function, and without the virtue, once you shut it off, once you pop it, it's gone. But at that moment, he's not concerned about that. He's more concerned about keeping moving. So, I don't really want to focus on the events that happen in the moments following. On the upside, Legion is not one to make deaths long, because people that are still alive can hurt you. And in any case,
In her last moments, she's going to start singing a hymn.
and at that point we would cut away. You are in the middle of a wheat field, and stars are coming out overhead.
I forage in the litter for any snacks that may have been left over, or
Did he leave any?
There's absolutely watermelon.
yes. She sheds a tear for her love and scoops out all the wall granola that she can find. Hopefully a blanket under like a safety seat, and starts walking to Juan.
People aboard the Alforan.
Wait,
You are?
that ship now? I forgot.
What?
Everyone except Mehru was on that
the
ship.
the crew puts out spars and raises sails on either side of the ship, which catches the northerly breeze and brings the ship about to start heading southward, well west of Wand, out of sight of any starlifters that are there, that nevertheless are grounded. In the distance, the sun has set, but there is still against the night sky a pillar of black smoke rising upward, and at its base, the light that is visible is red. All communications are down. As was aptly said, everyone who isn't dead in one is aboard the ship. Rex and Mirden are here. Mirden staying particularly close to Julianne. They say, is that it? Well, the Mage War was over. And there were no other battles that day to be fought. You survived. Those of you that survived, you can weigh the cost. Eli.
Sheds the first tears of joy in his life.
The world is quiet. Absolutely quiet. Talents. You're in that odd experience of none of your senses of virtue are feeding back to you, whether hospitalar or
Must be weird for
mage.
yes.
Ellerina had burned all of her available power to get them back, to get them to safety, to get them to the Elthorans. None now is returning. But you're alive, which counts for something. But you'll have to come to terms with the new state of affairs. So in Sunset. Next week, we will have the last episode of Freefall, Twilight of the Realm, to which you, of course, were all invited. The anchor stones do turn back on, but they do so in 12 hours.